It's time to dish with D. That's me. It's time for another WW Weight Loss Hot Topic. What's your hot topic for today, D? Lies. Lies. The lies we tell ourselves. And sometimes lies we tell others because, I don't know, sometimes it's hard to be honest. Or we're afraid to be honest, or we just lie so much we don't know what the truth is. So yeah, lying about our food, lying about what we eat, lying about how much we eat and when we eat and why we eat. And lies in general. I mean, I've lied to myself. I used to tell myself that I didn't, it wasn't, I was overweight because I didn't move enough. It had anything to do with what I ate because I thought I ate pretty good. And I generally did. I just ate way too much pretty good. And even way too much of a good thing is not always a good thing. So yeah, I used to say, you go to the doctor, well, your weight. I'm like, my weight is fine. I mean, I know I have a little bit to lose. Understatement. Big lie there. And, but I eat really, really well. And, yeah, I mean, I think this channel made me realize that I was an overeater. I ate way too much. And portions. I wasn't like a big. I mean, I guess I don't think I was a big snacker. I mean, I just ate when it was time to eat. I'd eat. Yeah, ain't no going back for seconds. Sometimes thirds. So yeah, sometimes like we lie to our tracker. I'm not gonna put that down. If we don't put it down, it doesn't exist. It exists in our body and it shows on the scale, but look at our tracker. My tracker says I did within my points all the time. Yeah, been there, done that. I think a lot of times if I didn't put it down, I didn't eat it. Or sometimes I'd forget to put it down because sometimes your phone isn't by you, or when we used to pack on paper, sometimes my paper tracker wasn't always around. Oh, I'll write it on it later. You forget. Or then when you remember, you're like, oh, I'm out of points for that. I'm not going to put that down. Who looks at your tracker? Nobody. So it doesn't matter, not putting it in. It's not like your leader's going to look and go, oh, Denise, you had 3 cups of popcorn. You didn't have any points for it. Nobody looks at your tracker unless you ask them to. So yeah, I definitely was a big liar. Lie to myself that it's the program. Oh, this program's terrible. I just can't lose. It's the program. There's too many 0-point foods. No, the point is I eat too much of those 0-point foods. I mean, I say this, and I don't mean to be mean sometimes, but I do blame Weight Watchers on that. I don't think that giving people, like myself, I always use myself, a chronic overeater, a list of 0-point foods. Hell yeah. But hell no, because there's no way I could eat as many eggs as I want. There's no way I could just eat a limited Greek yogurt. The amount of calories in there will kill me. Legit, I won't be seeing any results on this scale. But that's a whole other lie. I think that's a big lie too. The lie that, 0-point foods is an all-day buffet. No, it's not. And I don't blame us on that. I blame Weight Watchers because I don't think they say it enough. And there's certain things I think Weight Watchers need to show ownership on. And I think that's one of them, is the 0-point food buffet. I mean, I guess we realistically should know that. But unless somebody blatantly puts it in bold, don't hide it in the thing and a little, little bottom thing. It has to be big and freaking bold. Do not overdo 0-point foods. They have calories. And truth be told, you go over your calorie count on 0-point foods, you will not see a loss on the scale. You will see a gain. I don't care if it's 0-point foods or not. You eat way too many, and you're over your calorie count. And again, they don't talk about calories because Weight Watchers does points, and I understand that. It's about points. I get that. But you're giving something a 0-point food and not accounting for the calories for that 0-point food. It's a little bit of a slippery slope. And for people there are people that do it and do it well and do have success, but there's that percent that fail, and they're failing because, I believe anyway, and again, this is my opinion, this is Dish with D, that's me, I believe a lot of the people fail because of the 0-point foods. I do. I mean, granted, they're fantastic foods. You should definitely be incorporating them, but you cannot have an all-day buffet of them. I mean, that's unrealistic. But we believe that, it's 0 points, so I could do we, I mean, think about it. Think about it. Look at the calorie count on yogurt, eggs. I mean, eggs are 80, a large egg I think is 75 to 85 calories for one. If you have like 5, that's like, what, 400 and some calories? I mean, technically I should be having around, I think 1,500 to maintain where I'm at now, give or take. That's a lot of calories to have just for eggs. Now that's not counting the bacon I'm going to have, the Canadian bacon. And you know, when I'm having eggs, I'm having toast, at least one slice. So that could be 50 to 60 calories. So there's all, I mean, I think the fact that, oh, 0 points, 0 points, 0 points. You know, you know, and they're the best foods to have, don't get me wrong, but you have to really be mindful when you eat them and really know that they have calories and they will be your detriment if you don't reel them in. I mean, if you've ever watched one of my vlogs from when I finally realized that I had a weight issue, it took me long enough to figure that out. I mean, I was 270 pounds and I in my mind looked at myself and thought I looked okay. But then when somebody would take a picture of me, my mind couldn't adjust that, and I look at it going, what is that? I said, well, that's your hip. I'm like, but I looked in the mirror and didn't see that, because I think my mind was lying to the rest of me saying, you look fantastic, Dee. I didn't. And it's hard. That was a hard thing to, when I finally accepted that, it was hard. I mean, and I always say, like, a lot of people will say, what's the points on that, Dee? And I don't mind telling people what the points are, but I want you to learn what the points are. Like, when you learn how to work this program and learn how to figure out points on recipes, you do so much better. Me telling you is basically giving you the information. You're not learning anything. And what I try to do is try to say, go in your app, put it in, and then find out what it is. This way you learn how to do that. And once you get onto that, you're going to be whipping it out like nobody's business. Throwing a recipe in the builder. Be able to break it down. If you can't break something down, like people, oh, Dee, how do you figure that out when you're at a restaurant? How do you know what the points are? Logically, you break down a dish. You break down components and you give them points. I want you to start thinking about your food, not just eating it. You have to give this some thought. It's not something that's just going to like I don't think they give, Weight Watchers gives us enough credit for thinking. Like, tell people you have to think. I always say to everybody, this plan is doable, but it's work. You have to basically learn about things and learn about your plan, learn about how you can, you know, work the points. There's ways of working the points. You could sit there and work the points all you want. There's just ways around it. How did you get this way, Dee? I worked the program to the way the program is written. I mean, yeah, do I do hacks? Sure I do. I'm not going to lie and say I don't do hacks. I'm the queen of a cake hack. Because why? Because Dee, another lie, I'm never going to have that. You're going to have it. You're going to have it. That's why I find a way to fit the cake in. I find a way to make the cake fit into my program. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I find a way, like, and there's different things, like, people will work the program and lie to themselves. Like, it's another part of lies. I'm going to eat cauliflower rice. Joe and I always talk about this. Cauliflower rice. Now, I love cauliflower rice. Don't get me wrong. I like it. But it's not rice. So if I really want rice, cauliflower rice isn't going to hit that note. But I like it. Now, if you could sit there and say, I'm not having rice, I'm just going to have cauliflower rice. Well, good. But are you always going to have cauliflower rice? No, you're going to be throwing rice back in there someday. At least when you're working the program, work it honestly. Have a little bit less of regular rice and throw some cauliflower rice in there. So your rice is a nice bowl, so you're happy. I would never sit there and just eat cauliflower rice. Because first of all, it's not going to satiate me because it's just cauliflower. It may look like rice, but it ain't rice. It's cauliflower. While being delicious, it's cauliflower. So you have to sit there and honestly say to yourself, I'm going to eat rice. So yes, I have to measure my 3rd cup of rice and then put yourself a crap ton of cauliflower rice on top of that. So at least you have something in there, some kind of carb. And I get the people that, you know, are very carb conscious. I know carbs. I could never do keto because I love bread. I do. I love bread. I'm Italian, and bread was part of our meal several days a week. So I knew that that had to be part of my program. How could I work in bread? And you find a way. You find the low point bread. You have, your 2 slices, or you have 1 slice. But you can't have bread 4 times a day. It's just not going to, though they say if you have the points for it, but if you're not seeing a loss on the scale, maybe there's too much of the carbs. Like I said, it's a balance, this program. It's definitely a balance. And you have to find what balance works for you and what balance doesn't. Am I having too many carbs? Am I having too many 0-point foods? Am I eating my weeklies? That is a whole other topic. I am a person who definitely believes in dipping into your weeklies. They're given to you for a reason. The people that always say, oh, I don't eat my weeklies, I don't know why they don't eat them. I'm not saying eat all of them. I'm saying if you need them, you definitely should utilize them. Don't go without because I don't want to dip into my weeklies. Try it. Like I said, I'm not saying eat all, like I get 28. I'm not saying eat all 28, but take a couple. Don't be afraid to use them, because if you go through your program never going into them, and then you decide to go into them, well then there's a problem because you've never used them. So you get to a point where your body's used to how many calories, and you throw more calories in all of a sudden because you say, well, they're there. Well, you've never used them. I've incorporated my weeklies, like I said, not all of them. I use probably less now because I have less, but I use it easily 10 weeklies a week, 10, maybe 12 at the most sometimes, because there's just times I just don't have enough points in the day. There's like not enough time in the day, there's enough points in the day sometimes, and it's for other stuff. It's not even for like cake. We're talking like if I use a lot of olive oil, so if I'm out of points, I dip it up just for my olive oil, because girl needs her olive oil. It's a healthy oil. From avocado, it's a healthy fat. For things like that, like I'll dip into weeklies unless we have a special occasion. If you have a special occasion, again, I use my weeklies for adult beverages. But yeah, don't start off your program on the negative. That's what I want to say. If you're starting just on WW, don't listen to people that say don't eat their weeklies. I say incorporate them if you need them. I'm not saying if you're not hungry, then of course don't use them. But if you're going to bed or going around starving all day, you're in the wrong program. This program is not, you're not meant to be hungry all day. In the beginning, you are hungry because you're just used to eating X amount of calories. So yeah, there's going to be this issue of when you're starting that you're feeling. I cried my first week. I was hungry, but eventually your body adjusts. It takes a few weeks. I won't lie, it does take a few weeks, but your body adjusts. But don't adjust in the negative, because it's hard to recover from the negative. It just is, and that's always been my thing. And I'm sitting here lost 116 pounds by using some of her weekly points all the time from day one. So that is my don't believe that lie that that's one you need to dip into them if you need them. I am a person who always believes that, and I preach that all the time. If you watch my channel, Dishwati says that. So this was a quick little I don't know if I touched much on lies. I touched on a lot of stuff on these hot topics. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have anything you'd like me to hot topic about, leave it in the comment section. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and we hit that bell, let you know when I upload and when I go live. And I go live pretty much every night, 7 o'clock Eastern time here on the channel for our Weight Watcher support chat. So come join us. It's a fun group. Have a great day, and we will dish another day.